What's good? Welcome to one of the dopest shows on YouTube, man. I'm your host, Courtney. And dope, we got some dope topics today, bro. We got a lot of topics. Well, we got a couple of topics that we're gonna talk about that I want to stick to real closely today. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fun. So make sure you strap in, tune in. Y'all already know how I like to do. I like to get right into it. The first topic we're gonna talk about is Bronny James, dog, and how all the people beforehand been saying so many different things about him, how he's not ready for the NBA, how he's not, it's just a nepotism. He isn't even that good. All of these different things and aspects, and saying that he should have stayed in college and played, all of these different things. And so what just happened when the Lakers played against the Milwaukee Bucks? They didn't have Luka Doncic, they didn't have Bron, they didn't have Austin Reeves. So it was basically all of the second and third string players, and they had to play. They didn't have many people to play. They didn't have many people to play. So Bronny James was able to get 30 minutes. And so what we're going to do, we're going to start with the highlights first, and then we're going to talk about Stephen A. and how he said that he might be wrong about Bronny James. So I want to go ahead and get into it because I want to go ahead and dive into it right now, bro, because this is crazy. It's wild. It's wild. So we're going to start off with the highlights first because so you guys can get an actual idea of what I'm talking about and how well Bronny James actually played. Buddy had 17 points, 7 to 10 from the field, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. So let's watch these NBA highlights.
41 times. He's been their leading rebounder 49 times. Bronny gets into the lane.
That's it. Mind you, I watched the whole game.
By Rollins, though. He had that one smelled out.
Bronny, baseline.
Move.
Little floater. Yeah. Good play by Kyle.
Look at it. 10 points on a 5 for 7 night.
Pull up.
James for 3. Yes!
What?
And Bronny knocks down the three-pointer. And then Bronny comes down and off the dribble.
And mind you, guys, the Bucks, they were 90% healthy. So they didn't have Dame, Lillard, and all of these guys. But based off, if you compare the two, they had more stars on the Bucks team versus this second, third string team on the Lakers. And to be quite honest with you, they kept the game pretty close. And the only reason that they got blew out the way that they did is just because of manpower. They didn't have enough manpower. They just gassed out. So if you watch the whole game, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Does a great job of squaring those shoulders up, going to his right, knocks it down. Laker bench, yeah, they understand.
Man, that boy Bron icy over there.
Trent Jr. open. Long shot, long rebound. Nice control tap that time by Len. Up ahead for Morris.
Beautiful pass. Beautiful pass, Bron.
Nice pass. Myers, Bronny, head up. Look at that, head up. Two-hand chest pass right on the money for the easy deuce.
Trent creeping up closer to him. Now they switch on. It's Bronny and Giannis.
Listen, hold up, brother. This is what they ain't talking about. This is what they're not talking about. If Bronny would have been able to finish that, oh my God. Let's go, but let's see that again because he had that boy on straight skates. You hear me? Straight skates. Watch this shit, bro. I'm talking about straight skates.
Now they switch off. It's Bronny and Giannis. Bronny and Giannis. And out of bounds it goes.
And they're saying
that was a veteran foul. Giannis was like, nah, big dog, you ain't about to have me on ESPN today. No, you're not, young man. I'm going to go ahead and give you this foul. You ain't finna finish this bucket on me. That's a veteran foul. That was a veteran foul. Giannis was smart on that play because he knew he was about to be on ESPN, especially after that.
saying that he just lost it off the dribble.
Around the restricted area, but that was a nice mid-range jumper.
It really was nice, but again, that's the one that you live with.
He got Bronny got a mean first step. He quick off the first step too.
Scores!
Nice.
Good aggressive move by James. He had 16 points and made 4 threes. The last time we saw him, he's up that one. Bronny looks for more, and he's got it.
That boy cooking.
Mid-range for James Jr.
Very nice pull-up. Changes from theory to theory, from coach to coach.
Right.
How they feel their team needs to stay in rhythm. Things to Mike Trudell. Or at least clear your stuff with Mike.
I'm coming at you just so you can make fun of me.
Another one.
Bronny hits a three.
Most experts in the world in the play-in chase from the last 2 years.
You are.
And I'm really enjoying getting to
What a night, Mike, for Bronny James.
Yeah, Bronny's been terrific. Wow, leading the Lakers.
Here's his last two. Switches to the left hand after weaving through the key, and nice.
I'm telling you, bro. Now that was the highlights. That was the highlights of that game with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now I want to go ahead. And pivot right over to Stephen A. Smith to what he has to say about Bronny James, because he's been saying he had a lot to say before this happened. So let's hear what Stephen A. got to say.
I'm the voice inside your head.
While you're typically subscribe, man. This right now, the algorithm pushing my content out to the people who like my type of content. Also, if you want to support the channel, link is right here. Link is right here. Get the QR code if you feel like supporting. Hey, it's definitely appreciated, but it's not expected. So definitely.
Hard on his back late in the third of yesterday's win over the Raptors. He stayed on the floor in pain. They're not awful. Okay, let's carry on. The Lakers took a 118-89 loss to the Bucks last night, but it didn't come without some wins. Bronny James, a career-high 17 points, shooting 7 for 10 with 5 assists and 3 rebounds in 30 minutes of play. James Jr.
playing 30. Let's just put that into perspective. You playing 30 minutes and you 7 for 10 from the field. He's already playing smart. That lets you know he takes really good shots. He's not just shooting shit up, just throwing shit up there. And for 17 points, yeah, I'll take that any day. I was expecting, before the game started, I was expecting him to get at least 12. I said, look, you got to get at least 12, big dog. At least 12.
Jr. even had a highlight moment crossing up former MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's head coach JJ Redick.
I seen already. Shit, I had my shot.
Not surprised by tonight.
Right here, you feel it?
And I think his confidence is growing. I think the next step is just becoming an elite conditioned athlete, because when he does that with his physical tools and just his burst and his handle, and we think he's going to be an above average to really good NBA shooter. He's gonna have a chance to really make an impact.
All right, we know JJ was a shooter himself, and he said above average to really good shooter is his potential. Stephen A., what did you think of Bronny's performance last night?
I was very impressed. I was very impressed because I saw an elevation in his level of confidence and poise. It was like it didn't really faze him. He didn't look as nervous as he had looked in previous appearances on the basketball court. He looked like somebody that belonged. Now, obviously, Milwaukee gave it to them last night, but just looking at the Lakers without LeBron, without Luke.
Again, of course the Bucks bust their ass, but please understand, the Lakers didn't have everybody. And again, so therefore they were limited in their players. So considering the fact that they were still close within the game, not of course until the last quarter, when everybody was gassed out, but throughout the entire game, they were pretty close. So that says a lot in itself. So
without Rui Hachimura, without Austin Reeves, of course, that put Bronny James in a position where he could get his 30 minutes, but give credit where credit is due. There were some moves that he put out on the court, ball handling skills, getting to the basket, finishing at the basket, pulling up for jumpers, hitting a three, 17.7 to 10 shooting from the field. I was impressed, okay? This is the big picture here that I want to bring up. I might have been wrong.
Say what now? Somebody. What you say, Stephen A? What you say? What you say?
I might have been wrong. Somebody. Are you listening, LeBron James? Are you listening, James family? Are you listening, Rich Paul? Are you?
Yeah, we knew. This is what a lot of people have been saying. I get it, bro. The Bronny James Jr. is the most talked about rookie than any other rookie right now. Even more than your top 5. Your first rounders. He's more talked about. Again, I like to reiterate this. Second round, 55th pick. Getting more clout than anybody. Not get it, because his dad is LeBron James and LeBron said already had put it out there in the universe saying that, you know, Bronny is better than most of the guys out there, than a lot of the guys out there. So everybody is watching Bronny with the microscope. Granted, but he know his son though. For again, I think a lot of us get so caught up in the thing that we want somebody to be bad so bad, or we just love to be the antagonist of situations. Look who said it. I get it. You know, there's a difference between the father and an actual person who watches the game, an actual critic. But at the same time, you got to realize that Bron watches the game like a critic as well. He watches the game. He studies the game. He knows the game. So for him to say that Bronny is better than a lot of cats that's already in the NBA, you shouldn't take that lightly. And when I say take it lightly, meaning like, okay, he might be on to something. Because the performance that Bronny just displayed against the Bucks, and this is only his first year. His first time playing 30 minutes in an actual NBA game. We ain't talking about the G League because he's been busting their ass in the G League. We talking about the actual NBA where he playing against real superstars, real fucking professionals out there. And he out there getting 17, shooting 7 to 10 from the field, 5 fucking assists with 3 rebounds in 30 minutes. What we talking about right now? He's looking comfortable, knowing when to take good shots, not throwing up lucky shit, not throwing up crazy shit and getting lucky. No, he's playing calm, playing the game slowed down for him. He let the game come to him. And he took advantage of the opportunity. And so this is the thing that I've said plenty of times before. A lot of y'all already start to critique people off one situation. I've been saying this. I said, give the kid time, bro. Let him get into himself. Let him get the confidence first. If you have been watching basketball, if you have been watching Bronny grow up and become this type of person, you will already know that he was dope. You will already know that he was good and good enough to be in the NBA. And the mindset, and just to caveat a little bit, a lot of people were going at Bron, saying, well, Bron, you're his father. I'm talking to you as a father. You can't protect him. The point is this. Second round, 55th pick. I get it. Nobody is above criticism. I get that. Nobody is. Nobody is above it. But the amount of critiquing that y'all were giving Bronny James, y'all weren't even giving that to the top 5 draft picks. Y'all weren't giving that type of criticism at all. None of it. None of it. Because y'all were so quick. Y'all were so quick to bash somebody. Y'all were so quick to say, oh, he trash, bro. He did 0 points. He ain't ready for the NBA. Like, bro, give the nigga time, bro. Been saying this for the longest. It's crazy.
You're listening, all of you people? Because here's my position. My position was all along, Bronny James needed to be in the G League. Put him in the G League. Let him be in the G League his first year. And then after that, let him come on, because I've always believed that this kid has the potential, once I watched him, to be in the NBA.
Okay.
But what I saw last night made me say to myself, wait a minute. He keeps showing up and playing like that. J.J. Redick and his staff obviously doing an exceptional job coaching him. The G Leaguers obviously doing a good job of preparing him. Him sitting on the bench, learning, watching the Lakers players, being in practice with them sometimes. Evidently, that seems to be working for him. And if that kind of stuff continues, then indeed he'll be in the league as a bona fide player sooner than later. One game does that make that determination. You need to do more than that. But I wanted to make sure I emphasize that point. And the reason why I wanted to make sure I emphasize that point, Molly, is because when I was approached by Pops, okay, at courtside and all of this other stuff, I will contend till the cows come. Yeah, tell me about it. I will contend till the cows come home. I was never disrespecting Bronny James. I was the one that didn't watch him in high school because I didn't want to judge him like I would have had to had I gone to his game. I didn't go to his college games at USC because he had the heart condition. I waited and waited and waited until he got to the pro level because I wanted to give the kid a chance, because obviously being LeBron James.
You ain't even give him a chance. What are you talking about? So you didn't go to any of his games in high school. That's one strike one. You couldn't really watch him play in USC, like you said, because of heart condition. There's no strike there. No harm, no foul in that situation because he really couldn't do much in order, he really couldn't do much in that aspect. But then if we use our common sense here, you go from high school to not even playing many games in college, straight to the draft. You get drafted second round, 55th pick. What are you expecting this kid to do right out the gate? Is it because his name is because he has his father's name, LeBron James Jr., and y'all expected him to be LeBron James, 18-year-old phenom? Is that what y'all were expecting? Because if you're gonna be a critic, you also have to give credit where it's due. You can be a critic, but you also have to give the credit as well. You can't just be on one side the entire time. I keep referencing what I said. I said it before. Give the kid time. He needs time to develop. But just being in the G League in itself is not going to get him prepared. It gets the conditioning for him going, making sure that, he's working on his game while he's in the G League and continues to getting better. But also he needs to be out there with the NBA guys and learning from them cats. And you really think that his father, like he just said, Pops, you really think LeBron James is not working with him outside of this shit? Come on, fam. You truly think that? One of the greatest of all time, if not arguably the greatest of all time, you think he's not working with his son? You don't think he's out there teaching and coaching him on how to handle the media, on how to get better, the things to look for when you're on the court? You don't think he's doing that? You don't think JJ Redick is pouring into him? You don't think the other cats on his team was pouring into him? You don't think other individuals outside of that team weren't pouring into him? Come on, fam. Like, y'all got it. I get it. It's media. You got to have things to talk about. You got to have, sometimes you got to be the antagonist. Sometimes you got to play the devil's advocate in the situation. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people make their money. A lot of y'all been doing this shit for years. But at some point, we got to be able to throw out the common sense too. We got to be able to say, all right, I see the situation. I see sparks of where he can be and where he can be great at. He's surrounded by a great group of individuals. The fact is, a lot of y'all just spoke too soon. You started to critique way too soon. That's all it is.
James' son puts him in a very precarious position. So this notion that I was disrespecting or his son.
But let me say this: Do I think Stephen A. was disrespecting them? I don't think so. I don't think he was disrespecting at all. He was just doing what a critic do. They say what he gotta say. He gonna critique. That's what he gonna do. Do I think it's disrespectful? Nah, I don't think it's disrespectful. But he definitely spoke a little too soon.
It's a lie. It is false. We have numerous tapes that show I did not do that.
Right.
But I did believe that he belonged in the G League to get himself honed for the NBA level. Okay. What may have been wrong about that is that evidently being around JJ Redick and that staff and being around Pops and the rest of the Los Angeles Lakers, combined with the G League going back and forth, may be doing wonders for him sooner than we anticipated. Because I liked what I saw last night. And I'm going to keep the same energy. When he plays well, we're going to give him props. When he doesn't play well, we're going to say so.
And that's fine.
That's what happens with covering the league. Maybe his pops didn't tell him that, but I'm going to tell him that. Congrats.
You don't think that people are telling him this shit? You don't think his father is not telling? You really think that his father not telling him that? You really think LeBron James is not telling his son, like, hey, bro, watch out, the people in that media, they're monsters. They're gonna come after your head. They're gonna be on your head. So you have to make sure you keep your head down. You got to make sure you perform. You got to make sure you do what it is that you got to do in order to be successful. Don't pay attention to all the noise, because who is probably the most hated player probably in basketball period? It's probably LeBron James. Real talk. The most criticized player of all. Most criticized player. And yet he was still able to endure through all the shit that people been saying about him, all the things, all the naysayers, everything. He was still able to do what he had to do and still be considered one of the greatest people, one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game of basketball. So, Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean here. Let's keep it a bean. But I want to say shout out to Stephen A, you know what I'm saying, for holding himself accountable, for, you know, being a man in this situation and owning up to the fact that he was wrong. And again, this still doesn't take away from the fact that Bronny James still has a lot of work to do. He still has a lot of growing to do. That's understood. We understand that aspect of it. Mind you, this is still his first year. This is his first year. Again, I say I'm giving him 3 years. So what are we talking about right now? But I think what happened in this game is going to allow him to start getting a little bit more playing time actually in the NBA instead of the G League. So I do foresee him getting a little bit more playing time now because of that.
On a good performance last night. I hope it continues. I believe it will. And I believe he's going to be an NBA player, a bona fide NBA player, a lot sooner than people think based on the progress we're seeing him make.
Shout out to him. Shout out to them good old boys, you feel me? Yo, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's going to help the algorithm continue to keep pushing out the content for the people who like my type of content. Also, feel free to support the channel right here. There's the QR link right there. Definitely it helps. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help me continue to keep making great content, man, and continue to keep getting better content, you know, better quality content as well. So I want to move on. I want to move on and pivot to another topic that I think is going to be a little bit, it's going to be real controversial in this aspect. And I think that this says a lot about a lot of Black women in particular. And I want to set the precedent by saying this: Black women, when I say Black women, I'm not talking about all Black women. We're not talking about all Black women, but what we are talking about is some Black women, and there is a representation of a type of Black woman that a lot of men try to avoid. And in this next video, you're going to see the exact type of Black woman that I'm referring to. So shout out to Anton Dames. Man, I want to get into this video with the Anton Dames and the Q show. And it gets hectic, bro, because they're talking about the guy from, I forgot his name, but he was the guy who played Biggie. Yeah, he basically told his story about his experience with Black women and why he started dating outside of his race, you know, like Puerto Ricans and Africans and different things like that. So we're gonna listen to it, and then I'll get my reactions on top of that. All right. Gotta get past these commercials, man.
And say, panel, if you don't have IG, you got to hit me up on Discord. Don't email me because I'm not going to respond via email. But no, we appreciate you guys. And going on to the next topic, since we were talking about dating outside your race, here's a little clip that kind of went viral regarding that. Wait, we dig deep into it. Does anybody on the panel is okay with anybody Black dating outside their race? Raise the hand real quickly before I play the clip.
You said, are we okay with them doing that?
Yeah, dating outside their race. Like if a Black man, Black woman likes to date. Okay. Okay, Robert, you're the only one?
I guess I'm the only one.
No, okay. Okay, so let's watch this little clip.
All right.
And me for dating outside my race. But I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race. I'm gonna keep it 100. My Spanish. I was dating Puerto Rican. I was dating Dominican. I was dating African. I was dating all type of other relations besides American Black. Right? They were doing way more of what we expect we want our woman to do more than our American. Our American got real comfortable with.
Give me some examples.
Oh man, I mean, their mannerisms are different. I didn't have to really say much to do and be treated like a king. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times with our own American Black, they expect so much of us and what we're supposed to do. Like things like if we go out and eat and we just have a nice dinner, we can go anywhere and eat and get a nice dinner. It had to be Ruth Chris, or it had to be this, that, or it had to be this, that. Then I get somebody that's just as fine, a Cuban or a Colombian. They don't care about nothing. They care about you and your household. Even though they still care about the money, but it's not about the money. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. Not better, but sometimes we get tired of hearing, Birkin bag.
Ooh, Ooh,
Okay.
Look at Jazz. Look at Jazz already. Look at Miss Black Queen over there. Miss, oh my God, Miss Blackity Black. Miss Power to the People. Lord.
Is dating outside the black race better?
I mean, if that's better for you, then go for it. I just don't understand why y'all gotta talk about black women while y'all doing it. Leave us out of it. We know you don't like us. You left us. You run into the impoverished countries to get you a little, mamacita or whatever. That's cool. But why you gotta talk about us though when you're doing it? I don't. That's my only gripe. Love who you want to love. If you haven't had any luck in America, go and get you somebody overseas. Just leave us out of it, baby. It's okay. We want you to go find love. Just
okay. Am I retarded? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Wasn't the question asked to him? The black women on that panel asked him, why don't he date black women? So, rightfully so, because they asked the question, he responded based off of his own experiences. What do you mean leave black women out of it? The question was asked, why don't you date black women? Why do you date outside your race? What is she talking about? All right, I'm gonna let the video keep playing, bro, because she about to get me tilted already. All fucking ready, dog.
Just make sure you stay over there, right? Since you hate black women so much, it ain't good.
Who said they hate black women? Where in that video, unless I'm deaf, unless I can't hear, where in the video did he say, I hate black women? Where did he say that? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know. Where in that video did he say, I hate black women? How is it that, why is it that, you know what? I'm going to let it.
Over here, don't stay on blocks, right? Stay over there, and that's fine. But that's my only thing. Why
Jazz,
you gotta
question
talk
for you.
down on us?
Question, Jazz.
Why you gotta talk down on us? Why you doing it? You know, it's
Question.
I don't know you, bro.
Question, Jazz. Do you feel personally attacked when somebody say, like, oh, these people was doing something better than like the black woman I was dating? You feel personally attacked?
I feel like it's unnecessary. It's like what works for you is works for you. Why are you letting everybody know where you failed at? Just go and say, I found a woman that worked for me. Why do a black man or a black woman have to put down black men or a black woman just because they dating outside their race? I hear black women say, these black men ain't nothing. They ain't doing this. If it's offended, I get irritated with that. It's like, girl, no one cares.
Jazz, because I hear that argument all the time. I hear the argument that like, it's okay to like go somewhere else, but don't put us down while you do it, right?
Yeah, because why do you have to do that?
He said, if somebody says that somebody's doing something better than you, did you just get put down?
Well, the thing is, how is it? Is it a put up?
I mean, if I said like, oh, you're cute, but I think this person is more attractive than you, did you just get like?
But why? But it's not anything. I mean, it's not anything positive. So it's like I might not.
What the fuck is she talking about? What are you talking about? He just prefaced the question by saying, look, I think you're cute, but I just think that this person looks better. That's not putting the other person down. That's just saying, hey, I think you're cute, but I just think this one looks better. That's not putting other women down. That's not saying, hey, you a ugly ass broad, so now that's because I don't want you. Like, he didn't put it down. He said, look, I think you're cute, but I think the other chick look better. Simple as that. That's not putting a woman down or a black woman down. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Nah, fuck this. This is crazy. I'm gonna get back to it, but I gotta get on the little rant real quick. Black women, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, bro? What the fuck has happened to y'all in y'all life to the point that you have to get offended by every fucking thing a man has to say? Even if it's his own experience, why do you feel the need that it is your purpose? It is your responsibility to try to tell a man what his experience are with some black women. Common sense tells you that, of course, it's not all black women. We know this. It's not all black women, but there are some black women who have the loudest microphone. The ones that we hear the fucking most are the ones that's causing the most fucking problems. The ones who have the fucking trauma. The ones who are out here spewing all this bullshit about men in general. But then when men start to speak up and men start to talk and express and tell you how the fuck they're experiencing you, all of a sudden, black men hate women, or black men hate black women, or everybody's against the black women. Why are you always putting black women down? Ain't nobody putting your goofy ass down. We're holding you accountable for your own bullshit. But if you take the time to listen and pay attention to what people are saying instead of getting so fucking defensive about all the shit that we're trying to tell you that you're doing, so that way you can fucking improve and have better relationships and have better and have a better situation going on with the man, or just friendships in general, or just as a fucking person and becoming a better individual and stop playing victim all the fucking time. If you just take the time to fucking listen, pay attention so that way you can improve. That's all. Because how many years has it been since a lot of women have been talking down, have been talking all kind of shit about black men and just men in fucking general? Men, black men ain't shit. These niggas ain't shit. These niggas is dogs. All of these are deadbeat, X, Y, Z, all this shit. And men didn't have a voice. But now men are able to speak up. They're able to tell you how they're fucking experiencing you. All of a sudden, you want to play victim. All of a sudden, it's oh, well, it's not all black women. Duh, you dumb broad. We know it's not all black women. And it's not all women in general. But you have to speak in general. We know this. So how you gonna try to underplay another man's experience with black women and what he's experienced with black women? Because I guarantee you, if you as a black woman told another man about your experience with the black man, guess what? And the man said, man, nah, bro, it ain't even like that, bro. Like, why you always gotta put down a black man? I guarantee you, y'all gonna be in a fucking uproar. Every fucking time, dog. This shit kills me.
Personally get offended, but it's just like, why do you need to compare me? It's like, we get it. You don't like me. You left me. You don't like me. But when you go over there, why do you have to say, see what I got over here, black women? See what I got? They're better than you. They're prettier than you. They're more feminine than you. Nah. It's like, okay.
So Jazz, you don't have any, you never critique black men, right? You never have critiques for black men?
As it pertains to what?
Anything. You don't critique black men. I'm assuming that you don't.
Well, I'm a woman. I don't feel like it's my place to critique a man. But what I will say is that if there are topics like having children out of wedlock, and there are a lot of times where men feel like when those children become out of wedlock that they have no part to play in it, then that's when I might say, like, come on now. Like, you both did it. Y'all both have to hold yourself accountable. But like, I don't spend my days critiquing black men. I love black men.
I'm not asking if you spend your days doing it, but do you ever have any critiques about black men and what you like them to do better and what they, what they're not doing at all ever?
Well, I can answer that question.
Well, I mean, no, you can't, because he asked me. So, like I said,
like that's what I'm saying. Like, look at this shit, bro. What the fuck are you so sassy for, dog? Why? And some of y'all are really attractive, but y'all fucking mindset is so fucked up, man. Go for real shit. Some of y'all need to really go and fucking heal. You really need to go and figure out your own fucking trauma, dog. You really need to figure it out. I'll give you a prime example. And this isn't just about black women on this one. Why the fuck are a lot of y'all women so mean? This is crazy. It's crazy to me. Because I'll give you an example. I'll tell you a personal story that happened. So this was Friday, all right? Went to the gym, you know what I'm saying? It's a Friday, beautiful day outside. I was like, you know what? I got to go get me a workout in today. You know what I mean? Went to the EOS gym, got me a good ass pump in. I'm talking about heavyweights. I'm in that big movement shit. You feel me? And that big pushing weight. You understand me? On the day at homies. Now I'm just fucking with you. But for real, pushing weight, got a good workout in, got a good sweat in. I'm walking out the door. And mind you, there's another guy behind me as well coming. So I open the door. I'm coming out as this other lady's coming in. Open the door. Hold the door open for her. I walk by. Well, another guy walks behind me as well. He holds the door too as well. This chick walks in, don't look back. She don't grin. She don't smile. She don't say thank you or anything. And I turn around. I'm just like, so you ain't gonna say thank you? I'm like, I don't give a fuck how bad of a day you're having. I don't, because the world don't care about what's going on in your life. The world really don't. But for you to be such a broad and be such a bitch about it, you can't even say thank you for opening the door, for holding it open for you. Because I could have been a real dick and just close that bitch in your face. Because that dog in me can't come out. Since you want to be snooty, since you want to be such a bitch today on this beautiful Friday. And this is the problem with a lot of women too. This is why a lot of women, when they see y'all walk around with that resting bitch face, they say, motherfucker, smile. Your day can't be that fucked up to the point that you can't smile. It can't be, because your shit can be much worse than what the fuck it is. It can be so much worse than what it is. You woke up today, you were able to drive your motherfucking car to the gym to go and get you a workout that you pay for on a monthly fucking basis, to go get you a good sweat in, and all you got to do is say thank you. Common fucking courtesy. Simple as that. Ain't nobody trying to shoot their shot at you. Ain't nobody trying to holler at you. You ain't that fucking special. You don't look that fucking good. It's the simple, common courtesy. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You don't know you could have made somebody's day by you just saying thank you. Or you could have fucked somebody's day up by not saying thank you. But you so selfish. You so wrapped up in your own self. You think the world revolves around you, and your world is so fucked up that you can't even say thank you to somebody because they were just showing common courtesy and opening the door for you. But I digress.
I have personal experience.
You have no personal experience with me, love.
I have personal experience with Jazz's critiques.
You don't
Absolutely.
She asked me, baby.
Personal
so
experience.
Like I said.
If you would like another opinion after Jazz give hers, you can ask me.
He will ask you, Anton. Keep it cute on mute. So, like I was saying, no, like if I have like so like, okay, you're saying, do I critique men and say this is what I want better? I don't have to critique a man, right? Another man on his shortcomings to determine what I need better. So if I go find better for me, that's my business. I don't have to, if I say I left this man and I found a better man, I'm not about to go to that man that I left and say, ha ha, look what I got. He better than you. He doing this and that. It's like, no, I'm just go get better.
Who the fuck? Where in the video did he say that? Where in the video did Buddy say that? Oh, haha, I got better than you. He didn't say that. If anything, he backtracked on what he was gonna say, because there was a black woman there. He was like, all right, let me dial it back a little bit. Now, so there's a difference between the women across seas. The African, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans versus the average American woman. He didn't say, oh, look what I got, y'all other hoes ain't shit. He didn't say none of that, dog. Where in your brain, where are you getting this information from? Did you not listen to the same shit that everybody else listens to? Because apparently you're the only motherfucking one who's saying all of this shit and got all of this from what the fuck he just said, and he didn't say none of that. That's crazy.
I'm gonna do better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become better.
Because my question was more, so do you ever critique black men? Like, do you have like any type of critiques? Like, hey, I think they need to do this better. I think the men in our community could be doing that better. Do you ever say anything, any type of generalizations at all?
I mean, sometimes on certain things, like I just pointed out, like the having babies out of wedlock constantly.
Okay.
They can do that. They can reel that in, but I'm not.
So sometimes you do.
That's not a put down though. That's something that you should want to be better at. You shouldn't want to keep having children out of wedlock. That's not a put down. That's just like, hey brother, if you want to avoid child support, or if you don't want to deal with a crazy baby mama, maybe wrap it up.
Okay, so you said sometimes you do critique.
She's a fucking hypocrite, bro. Jazz_Noel. You are a fucking hypocrite. Critique is critique, no matter how you spin it. You looked at that as by you saying that, oh well, if I tell what is it that you'll critique a black man on, and saying by stop having children out of wedlock. Okay, that's a fair critique. I agree, right? But when the table is turned and a black man says to a black woman, hey, black woman, why are you so obnoxious? Why are you so angry? Why do you have these attitudes? Why aren't you treating your man like kings? Why aren't you being feminine? Why are you being so fucking masculine? X, Y, and Z. And this can go for other women outside of that race too, though. So I don't want it to just be specific towards black women, because there are a lot of women outside of that are not black that act the same way. They're masculine as hell. They're rude as fuck. They don't want to, they aren't feminine. They are just fucked up in the mind. They trauma bond. They do all of this shit, right? And so, when a man says, "Hey, well, I think you should be more feminine. I think that you shouldn't dress provocative. I think that you should stop. I think you should have some more discernment on the type of man that you laid out with. I think you shouldn't be having sex until you're married. You shouldn't be having babies out of wedlock as well, miss. Oh, why you gotta put down women? Oh, you're such a misogynistic individual. Oh, I hate me. You hate women. Oh, this, that. Why can't women do what we want to do? We're strong. We're empowered. What? We're telling you what it is so that way we're saving you from your fucking self. That's what we're doing. We're saving you from yourself. Like, hey, if you don't want these ain't shit dudes, stop laying down with them. Have better discernment. Just because you want to have fun, just because you think it's cool and you're an adult and it's okay to go out here and just open your legs up to any man because you're an empowered woman, don't mean that you should do it. Because mind you, it's easier for a woman to get sex than it is a man. At any given moment, you can hit up Tyrone, you can hit up Jacob, you can hit up Habib or whoever, depending on your race or whatever you like, or you can go hit up Jose, and they ready to knock you down at any given moment. But on the man, it takes work. You either got to be 6 foot something tall, make X, Y, Z money. You gotta have your face card got to be at least average. You know what I'm saying? Gift the gab, dress well, all of these different requirements in order for you to even have a shot at a certain woman. Because most men are invisible to women. Most men are. You can be a good looking dude. Most women won't even notice you. Real talk. Straight up. Unless you're doing something significant. And that's not a poor man situation, but that's just what it is. That's the reality of the situation. There's a small percentage of men who are actually out here getting it, like out here busting anything down that they can. They can speak up, boom, they ready to drop their draws. Like real talk. So I don't know what this chick talking about, man.
Put down.
Because you said sometimes.
The thing about the guy is that he was asked the question and
exactly.
Honestly,
that's what I'm about to say.
You can't disregard somebody else's experiences because you feel offended. If somebody says, listen, I stopped dating black guys because I decided that I wanted to go on there and date Arabic guys over in this, and they started spending all of this money on me and all of this and this, whatever, and the black guys that I was dating is cheap. I don't feel slighted, right? Because I'm not a cheap person. You know what I'm saying? So
if it don't apply, let it fly. If you know you ain't one of those ain't shit people, of course they ain't talking about you. That's why it's important to speak in general. It's important to say when you say men or when you say women, of course people with common sense will know. All right, well shit. Well, these type of black men ain't shit because they having babies out of wedlock, X, Y, and Z. They broke. Well, okay, well, it's up to you to have a common sense. Well, they ain't talking about me because I don't fit the description. I don't fit into that category. Because I ain't broke. I don't have babies out of wedlock. All of that shit. You have to be able to have that discernment. But it's only the hit dogs that holler. So
for me, I'm not going to take the burden on everybody as far as when somebody has an experience and they say, oh, I had a negative experience, I had a bad experience. Cool. I don't have no problem with that. I know that I'm a representation and I got a different vibe and I got a different wave. And I know that all of the guys that I know in particular have a different wave. So I don't get offended when people have their own experiences and they say, well, this is what my life is like. You deep dive farther enough into it. Like even the guy that was on that video, I would say that that's a him problem.
Yep.
Because
It sure is.
Honestly, that's a him problem. Now, I'm not going to discount his experiences because his experiences is his experiences. But what I found is that if we probably deep dive a little bit more into it, nigga, what is you doing taking a chick to Roof Chris? I know plenty of guys that don't have to take a chick to the steakhouse in order to get some, you know what I'm saying, to get some action with it.
I get what you're saying.
In that instance, in the example that he's using, that's a him problem.
Yep.
I don't think that that's a problem for a lot of guys that deal with women across the board. So, you know,
and that's what I'm saying. And like, I get it. Like, it's a difference of opinion. If you feel like you have to announce why you're dating outside your race, and in that say black women ain't this and black women that, you have nothing negative to say, and
you didn't diss black women.
If you feel like that's what you need to say,
experience. That's what he was asked. He was speaking on.
Hey, if that makes him feel better, cool. I think it's corny.
I mean, he just makes him feel like he answered the question.
That's just my opinion, guys.
Yeah, that's not
okay. It's just
because I need a lot of people to understand something. Just because you have an opinion, it doesn't mean that your opinion can't be challenged. Oh, it's just my opinion. Okay, cool, but I'm challenging your opinion because I want you to think outside of the box. I want you to think outside of this. I want you to look at it from this perspective because you're only looking at it from one way. So just because you got an opinion, don't fucking mean that your opinion can't be challenged. Real talk. Uh-oh. Hold up. Then drop the buddy. Then drop the mic out here.
I think he just answered the question.
Actually, but he was asking a question though, Jazz.
He went into it with malice to put down the black woman. I didn't get that vibe of
I think he just answered.
Okay, that's fine. Because you're not a black woman. Of course, you're not on.
No. If you'd have said it without somebody, they asked him a question. He just answered it. I mean, that was his answer.
That's cool. The way he answered, I thought it was a little corny because like black women doing this. So it's like, damn, that's been your experience with every black woman in America.
So Anton, this validates my point right here, right? Because I don't know if the beginning of that clip played, but he said they do this better, and the lady was like, I watch what you saying, and he took it, he rolled it back, and he was like, well, not better, right? So because women like, I'm sorry, Jazz, women like Jazz.
It doesn't matter if he said that it was better or not better.
Use me as your punching bag.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Continue to use her as a punching bag. Absolutely, use her as a punching bag. Since she want to be the one that's so opinionated. She wants to be the one that speaks up and believes she wants to be the advocate for the black women. Yeah, use as a punching bag. Make her a fucking example. Make her an example. Keep proving her wrong because she thinks she's right and she's really off. She's way the fuck off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 black women on this panel. Out of all 5, there's only one who only heard it a different way, and that's this Jazz chick. She's the only one that heard that he was putting black women down. Everybody else, out of the men and the women, there are 10 people on the panel. 10. 9 out of 10 people did not hear the shit that Jasmine is spewing out. She's the only one that heard that bullshit or heard that he was putting the black woman down. Everybody on the panel black. Everybody. So when you look at it from a grand scheme of things, who the fuck has the real trauma? I think it's Jazz. Or if it's not trauma, I think she has this guilty conscience. Because what I remember is it was a different panel. It was on a different panel where she mentioned that she was from a predominantly white school. She went to a predominantly white school, which in most cases you pretty privileged in that aspect to be able to do so. And so I think a lot of times, a lot of these so-called blackity blacks, that power to the people as individuals, piece of Pan-Africanism as people. They have this guilty mindset as if, oh man, I'm doing better, but how come there aren't more black people like me doing better? Sometimes you just got to take your blessings, bro. You can't bring everybody with you, dog. Get yourself in order. Get your things. Get yourself together first before you try to help somebody else. It's just like being on the airplane. When that bitch going down, they say put your mask on before you try to help somebody else. It's the same thing. You're trying to give back. You're trying to advocate for other black people. You're trying to be, protesting all this shit when your own house ain't even in order, man. focus on getting your shit together first. And once your house is in order, then you can come back and talk about trying to advocate for other people and other women and black people, all this shit. Because I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these Pan-Africanism ass people, dog. I'm tired of it. Y'all play victim. Y'all think everything is racist. Y'all think everybody after the black person, after the black man, or the black woman, y'all think everybody is against you. You think the reason that you aren't succeeding in life is because of the white man or some other external situation, when you are the problem. You are the reason that you aren't successful. You have countless opportunities, because a lot of y'all like to talk about how educated you really are, but you ain't even using this. You're not even using it to get ahead in life. But yet when you have downfalls, you want to blame everybody else but yourself. You don't want to take accountability for the shit that you're doing wrong. And this is the problem. And then when people hold you accountable for your bullshit, then you want to get defensive. Then you want to start playing victim. Then you want to call people misogynistic. Then you want to say people hate you. Then you want to say the everybody is against you. Like, don't nobody want to hear that. We're tired of hearing that. We're tired of hearing that rhetoric. And then when people try to tell you something, and then you decide to go left when we told you to go right, but then when you realize that grass ain't so green over there on the left side, now you want to start blaming everybody else, and you mad that the people on the right side are telling you, well, you should have did this, you should have did that, but now I don't want to fuck with you because you decided to go left, and I don't want that type of situation or all of that trauma in my life. I don't want to have to deal with that. Then it's, well, what happened to all the good people? What happened to all the good men? We told you. We gave you the blueprint, but you didn't want to listen. You wanted to do your own thing. So here's the result.
The fact that he reeled it back.
If he said that it was better, if he didn't say it was better,
yeah, it's cool.
Yes, I think that's his experience. The black woman that he's been dealing with was probably problematic for that nigga, and it probably fleeced him out of a lot of money or whatever, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I don't see any problem with what he said.
I mean, I just find it interesting that I find it interesting that black women can express their experience for years on end about how they experience black men. And when black men finally express themselves and say how they experience black women, it's a problem. Now, I agree with you, Jazz, in regards to how you say things. However, number one, everyone has their experience, so number one, I find that interesting. Number two, I also find very interesting that we're not listening. Again, I'll go back to this because I think this is the problem. We just disregard everything that people say about us. We disregard it. I'm going to specifically talk about black women because black women is very good about doing this. And we will disregard, we will get offensive, we will get mad, we will throw a fit. We do all these things and not really listen to how other people are experiencing us as a whole. There is something there. People aren't just lying and making up stuff. Black women talk about how they experience black men as a whole. They call them dogs. They say they're deadbeats. They say all these things about black men. Right. And as soon as a black man say, okay, I experience black women this way, this is my experience with black women. Right. Regarding not better or whatever, this is how I experience black women when I date them compared to other people when I date them. This is how I experience them. We will get mad and get an attitude. And I just, for the life of me, don't get it. I don't get it. Like, are we like, where is we talk about emotional intelligence. Where is that when it comes to someone looking at us, how they experience us as a whole when they're dating black women? It's beyond me.
Val, do you think that every black woman behaves the way that he described?
Don't do that. Don't do that every.
I asked Val.
Let her finish. Do I think that every black woman, say that again?
Do you think the way that he described the black women that he experienced, do you think every black woman acts that way? That they're, because what I heard was they want ... and these are his exact words. They want Ruth Chris. They, expect more from their men.
So what you just said is that he experienced.
That's what he said.
Right.
He experienced.
Right. Yes. And so my question is, do you think every black woman that he experienced, or just in general, behave like the way that he described? So the reason why I asked you that,
it doesn't matter if every black woman acts that way. It only matters his experience.
Right.
That is it.
Yeah, but he's generalizing. He said, go back to the clip. He said, our black women be wanting all of these things. Our black women be doing all of that. So you have to be mindful of how you say things, right? Because you're right. He can speak about his experience. If he feels like this is the best way for him to speak on his experience.
Which is my point.
So my thing is,
do the same thing. We black women been doing the same thing for years. You've been generalizing black men and how they treat black women for years. We've been doing it for years. They do it in movies, they do it on TV, they do it all the time. Everything is about how black women,
Hey, listen, Auntie cooking right now. You hear me? Auntie over here cooking, man. Shout out to the Auntie. Auntie, God, she is cooking. This is what we talking about: holding people accountable, holding them accountable. Let's go.
Black men treat black women. We've been generalizing black men on eons. Eons.
I listen. Don't say we, because here's my thing.
Oh my fucking. You're generalizing. That's what you're supposed to fucking do. You're supposed to generalize. Don't say all. Don't say we. We as a collective. She's probably the smartest dumb motherfucker I've ever seen, dog. No, real talk. She's probably the smartest dumb person I have ever seen. How are you that dumb? How are you this dumb, bro? No, for real, no, like real talk. How are you this dumb, Jazz? I gotta call a spade a spade. I don't care if you see this video. You can't be this dumb. People are speaking on a collective basis. They're speaking black people as a whole. Oh my God, man.
In general, yes, we have. And I'm not talking about the very people.
You're talking about media, right? And there's a lot to go into why there's a certain stereotype of black people in the media, right? When you talk about
media, I'm talking.
But you just said in general.
I gave examples of media.
And this is another shit that I hate. When a motherfucker give you the same energy that you've been giving the entire time, then all of a sudden, okay, nah, because you're willfully being stupid. You're being willfully ignorant, dog. Real talk. You're so quick to try to respond. You're not even fucking listening to the shit that you're saying. You're bouncing around all over the fucking place. You're being a hypocrite. You're not even listening. But then when she give you that same energy that you've been giving, all of a sudden you just, okay.
Okay, I gave examples. Yes,
but Jazz,
the generalization doesn't mean
why
everybody.
we have to put somebody
Thank you, Auntie.
But look,
all I'm asking is whether it's a man doing it or a woman doing it to a black man or a black man doing it to a black woman, why do you have to put down other people to lift yourself up? If you have found love, speak about that.
Because you dumb broad. Let me go full screen. Because you dumb broad. When people ask you a question, oh hey, so how come you don't date X, Y, and Z type of people? Or how come you don't date black people? Well, in my experience, I've experienced these type of women. Well, these type of black women in my life. That's not to say that it's all black women, but in my experience, I've experienced these type of women. And so, because I have experienced that small group of women, I had no desire to try to talk to more of these type of black women. So I decided to date somebody outside my race, to try something different, to see if there is a difference or whatever the case may be. when you ask a question, somebody asks you why, you have to give the context. You have to give the reason as to why. You can't just say, well, just because, man, just because I just don't, bro. They want to know why. And then when you ask the question, you have to be receptive to it. You have to be able to listen and understand. You're like, you know what? There are a lot of black women like that, or there are a small minority of black women like that. And then you can follow up with the question like, you know, what can we do to improve so that way we can have less and less of these type of women, black women in America? Well, again, you know, from my experience, you know, the type of women that I was dating to the women I'm dating now, these are the things that they were doing. And he went down on the list and said, you know what, these women here, you know, all of it, you know, money is a factor, but money ain't a factor, meaning it's not in the forefront of their mind. What they're thinking about is the person. They're thinking about being with that person. They're thinking about building with that person. They're focused on the man, and they treat that man like a king because of their culture. It's the man. Him, they treat him like a king. You don't need to be a multi-millionaire to be treated like a fucking king. You don't. And that's what he was telling her. That's why he was saying, well, this is my experience with the black women. It ain't all black women. Duh. Common sense, dog. We know it's not all black women. But we know that there's a small percentage of black women who got their ways and priorities fucked up. And they think differently. And so based off of that small group of women, there's this culture over here, they tend to do things the right way. So therefore, it felt right over here. I wasn't looking at because she was black or because she was white, because she was Hispanic, because she was Middle Eastern or whatever the case may be. It wasn't because of none of that. It's because of how she was treating me. You don't go where you're tolerated, bruh. You go where you're loved. You go where you're celebrated and loved, not where you're tolerated. It's crazy.
Sweetie, let me say this. Let me say this.
And when you do that,
it's how you look at things. It's perspective. It's not always putting down.
Yes, please.
But look, he's speaking on his experience. Did y'all know he's both married? He's married to a black woman. Look, okay.
Let me just say this. We cannot run away from criticism. We cannot run away from people saying the things that how they experience us or the things that they consider us doing wrong. We can't run away from that. So it's all in perspective. If you look at things like, okay, you're putting me down, instead of looking at what that person said and say, oh, how can I change, or what do I need to do to make my relationship better with my man?
Auntie over here cooking, man. Shout out to Auntie, bro.
And or with black men in general, or us as a whole, as a community.
Let's get the likes up.
Okay. It's putting down all the time.
Okay,
how are you looking at it?
Granted. So what I'm saying is this, Val. It seems like his only experience.
Let me respond to this. Rachel Metcalf says, my hubby just went to have an indiscretion, but he asked me first, and I said okay. Hey. That's how it be. That's how it be sometimes. Just checking in.
We are all under the understanding that all black women are not like that. But it seems like that's been his only experience with black women, and now he don't want anything to do with them. My question is, what are we doing that we're not finding black women that actually like us, that actually want to build us up, that's not like that? If we all smart here, right?
Apparently not.
Excuse me. I'm the slowest one here. But if we all know that everybody doesn't operate the same,
why not?
Why are you blaming all women when it's just the women that you've experienced?
Why are you? I'll let you finish, but I'll tell you.
But here's the thing, Val. Why is it the general black women's fault when we know you can find you a good black woman?
Look, and not have? Let me just say this. You're saying the reason why is because it's not just him experiencing black women that way.
But there are a lot of black men that aren't experiencing black women that way.
I'm sorry?
There are a lot of black men who are not experiencing black women that way, Val. So what I'm saying is, why? How come he hasn't experienced a good black women if they're out there?
Jazz, he's married to a black woman. He just was
That's
giving.
right.
I know, but he's just giving his example in the past. He's married to a black woman, though.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. You know what I mean? Y'all know
so
me.
He just was giving his
look, and the bitch ain't got nothing to say after that. Like, he married to a black woman. Again, she doesn't take. She's so no. I think she's really. I think she owns something. Real talk. I think she owns something. I think she be smoking. She be on something, dog. She be shooting up something, dog. I don't know, because you can't be this dumb. You can't be. You can't be. When somebody asks you your experience, or why don't you do X, Y, Z, or why weren't you doing this at this time, and they give you the fucking example, how are you putting them down when they're telling you exactly why they weren't doing X, Y, and Z? If you use your fucking brain, Jasmine, use your fucking brain. You have this condescending mindset and this condescending tone, as if what you're saying really making sense, and you sounded dumb as shit right now. He was answering a question based off of his own experience. This is this is the problem with a lot of y'all black women, man. And again, it's not all y'all, it's some women, but this one right here, they have the loudest fucking mics, bro. And they need to shut the fuck up sometimes, dog. Real talk. You know, see, Rachel says because we were fighting and he never apologized for his decisions, but I've apologized and quit doing what bothered him. All right, but yeah, you did your part though. You did your part. You did what you were supposed to do. You can't control what he does. You can only control what you do. You can only control what you do. You can't control him. You can't make him do anything that he don't want to do, whatever. It's only up to you to make the decision if you're going to stay or you're going to leave.
And again, he asked the question. He was asked the question.
Yeah. No, it's cool. We're just talking about our opinions on his response. He is very well in his right to speak on his experiences, right? And
does it change that he's married to a black woman now?
You said what?
Does it change anything? How you saying? Because he's married to a black woman right now.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that he was able to find a good black woman, because like the proof, he just proved the point. It's if we know there are good black women out there, why are we making these grand statements?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not big on calling people that, but she's a fucking idiot. The more and more I listen to her, she's an idiot, man. She might have a doctorate. I don't give a fuck. That has nothing to do with how smart you actually are. That just means you can retain information really well. When you're educated, when you got a bachelor's degree and all that, that shit don't mean that you're truly educated. I know a lot of dumb motherfuckers that got bachelor's degrees and master's degrees. Real talk. I know motherfuckers who got bachelor's degrees who can't pronounce shit, who can't write shit, who can't think critically. Motherfuckers don't have common sense, but they can retain some fucking information. So, yeah, this is wild. Rachel says that's why he said thank you. That's what I told him. Like this. Hold up. Thank you. That's what I told him. Like it's this way or that based on your response. Like ride or die or not. I'm not black though. Just for your information. That's fine. It don't matter if you're black or not. But I understand the sentiment of the situation though.
Back to a black woman.
He asked a question.
But Jazz, he was asked a question. So if he's answering the question based on experience, he never said.
What was the question that he was asked? Because
why do men date outside the race? Men. So he gave his answer.
Yeah, he gave his perspective, right? And I don't think he was referring to all. Granted, it can't be all. We can't, even though he didn't say some. It's not all. Clearly, because he never dated all black women. But I think some of the stuff he said had validity. Because in some different cultures, they're taught to do certain things that Western women aren't taught. So he wasn't knocking the black woman in that clip. He wasn't. Granted, there are men that do it, but he was just answering the question. This is the reason I had this preference of women, because they did X, Y, and Z compared to the women in the Western of what I've encountered, which I think is a great. Honestly, if he said black woman ain't shit, I wouldn't take nothing from it, because I'm not a black woman that ain't shit.
Exactly. So if it don't apply, let it fly. You can't. Here's the thing. I need a lot of not just black people. I just need people in general. You can't save everybody, dog. You can't save everybody. I know some of y'all got this hero mindset of, well, I'm gonna try my best to do what I can. You ain't gonna be able to save everybody, bro. You can't protect everybody. You can't. You're only human. You can only do so much. There are certain things you just gotta let go. Because if it don't apply to you, you shouldn't even be saying shit about it. You shouldn't be getting offended by it or anything. I don't care who you know. Let them speak. If you don't know a person, if you know somebody who's going through whatever, who's going through a situation that somebody else is explaining or putting them down on, you can't speak for that person. They're gonna have to speak up for themselves. You can't save everybody, dog. You can't. The hit dogs are gonna holler. And the ones that is not affecting, or the ones that don't apply or qualify for the shit that somebody is saying, they just let that shit, they just let it fly. It's like, they ain't talking about me because I ain't that type of individual. So they ain't talking about me. So I don't feel no type of way about it. Simple, man.
So it comes full circle because he realized, and it comes full circle because he realized all black women ain't shit. He ended up with one.
Can we be honest? Hold on. Can we just be honest for a second? Listen, I love y'all, and I have a preference for being around y'all. Y'all are a lot to deal with. Honest to God, like real talk. And I know y'all don't want to have no accountability and no self-check. I know y'all don't want to be realistic about this, but it is a lot. And I'm not even saying that it's all y'all fault, because I believe that a lot of it may come from different trauma and things that y'all have experienced in y'all childhood and our cultural norms and all of that stuff. But it is. And when you get into a relationship with a black woman, especially when you marry her, you kind of take on a father figure role. That's kind of the role that men take on with whomever they marry. And you take on a father figure role, and you basically are sorting through all of the bullshit. And because y'all are extra promiscuous nowadays, it makes it 10 times worse, because you now have to sort through all of that fucking drama and all of that trauma.
Yo, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's gonna help the algorithm push the content to the people that like my type of content, big dog. Oh shit, y'all weren't even watching it. I'm sorry.
It's the shit that a bunch of other people then already had you and broke you in. So it is a lot. It is a lot. And now y'all keep on adopting the philosophies and the ways of women that ain't even y'all. Y'all took up the mantle of this feminism shit with white women, and that ain't even y'all fault. Y'all keep on being finesse. Some of y'all got issues from being touched when y'all was little kids and stuff like that. That's not a race.
I've been touching little girls. Let's start
there. Oh my
what
fucking God, bro. Shut the fuck up, man. Damn. Shut up.
Protecting young girls. Why do
you're not hearing me.
Have so much trauma when it comes
You're not hearing me, baby girl.
What y'all be doing?
You're not hearing me.
Fuck me, dog. Shut up.
I hear you, baby, but I'm just saying we gotta unpack it all. We're gonna unpack it. You can't say one thing and then say you suffered from abuse and now that's why.
Some of y'all women are insufferable beings. You don't want to listen. You think you're right all the fucking time. You think everything goes your way. You never want to take fucking accountability for anything out here. You just want to play the blame game. You want to be victim. You want to run in the victim Olympics. Shout out to Anton Daniels. You don't take responsibility at all. You listen to respond. You don't listen to understand and hear what people are trying to say, because you get so fucking offended by anything that somebody says or any one word that fucking triggers you. Shut the fuck up. You don't need to respond to every goddamn thing. Just be fucking quiet and listen. You might fucking learn something. All of your trauma that you got going on in your fucking head, you can't take a few seconds just to shut up and actually try to learn what somebody's saying or what somebody is saying from a different perspective, because you're so caught up in your fucking feelings, dog. You don't need to respond to everything. Sometimes you just need to shut up and pay attention to what people are telling you. because you don't know how people experience you. Just because you live with yourself every single day, you don't know how other people experience you. So when other people are telling you about who you are and about how they are experiencing you, you need to take the time to fucking listen, because that could probably help you. That can probably improve your relationships. Instead of being so offended and playing the defense, well, what about you? Well, what about this? Well, let's talk about this. No, we're talking about you. You. We ain't talking about this. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about you. We're talking about how I experience you, and not me in particular, but I'm just talking about men in general. How men experience you. You think that you're so dope. You think that you're so special. You think that you're all this. You think this in your own fucking head. You think that you're so fucking dope. Well, how come the results ain't showing me that? The results say none of that shit that you talking about is real. It's a lie, because the results ain't there. The results ain't showing me nothing. The results say you ain't none of that, because you ain't got a man right there, but you ain't got a man on your side. And I get it. There are some women out here, well, a man and everything. Well, I'm sorry. If you want a man, if you want to get married, and you think that you're so fucking dope, and you don't have a man, and you ain't married, so therefore the results play a big fucking part in that. Just shut the fuck up and listen sometimes. You might get better. You might find that guy that you actually want if you shut the fuck up and listen sometimes. Fuck me, man.
Why are we being abused when we're kids? What's going on with these grown men, traumatizing these young girls?
Wait. But do you know that women tend to
yes, we know.
Look at it. Don't want to look at it. Don't want to fucking listen. Shorty couldn't even get a full fucking sentence out. Yeah, we know. Yeah. Rolling. That's what. And you think, and who the fuck would want to be married to something like that? Who would want to be married to something like that? Who would want to be married to a woman like that? Who? Why would any man of any sort of caliber, who has standards in his life, who values himself as a man, why would he want to be with a woman like that? Who don't even take the time to fucking listen to what you got to say, because she thinks she's so fucking right, because she thinks she know it all, because she thinks she got it all figured out. Fucking crazy, man.
It's a problem on both sides, but we're talking about men right now. So all I'm saying is that, yes, women have gone through a lot of traumas by way of men. And unfortunately, a lot of women didn't deal with those traumas. Unfortunately, because of the way this crazy ass world and this crazy ass country is set up, it was designed for us to do exactly what we're doing right now. When they see us doing this, it's like the plan worked. It worked in our favor, because us going against each other has always been their goal. And so
going against each other, what does that even fucking mean? Going against each other. Look at this. Look at this. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her face. Who want to be with that? Who want to be with that? Look at her. Look at that face. Who want to be with that? Who would want to be with that? Real talk. She would be way more attractive if she just shut the fuck up. She talked too much. She talked too much, and the thing is, she talks so much, and she be wrong as fuck. That's the crazy part. That's the part that gets me. Like, you talk so fucking much, and you be wrong as a motherfucker, and you still be talking like you right.
Comparing ourselves to other races and this, that, and the third. All I'm saying is, you have the right to speak on your experiences, right? There are things that Black women do need to be accountable for. Them attitudes got to be in check, right? If you come across a good man, know how to turn that boss shit down. It's not cute. It's not sexy. It's okay to be soft, but understand that there are a lot of women who never had the opportunity to be soft. So it takes a lot of unlearning and relearning and all this and that. Same thing for men. They've been traumatized. Oh my God, they've been a target on their back since the beginning of time, right? So I'm just more about us being gentle with each other, holding ourselves accountable.
Even if that was the case, that black men got a target on their back, right? I mean, because I can speak from my experience, and I'm not talking about or disregarding anything that has happened to any other black man, but I'm talking about my experiences alone. I don't walk around here like I got a target on my back. I don't walk around here like I got a target on my back. I'm gonna say it again. As a black man, and I'm not disregarding anything. I'm not disregarding any black person that has gone through any situation, any fucked up situation. I'm not disregarding that, but I'm talking about my experiences. Me as a black man, I have never felt like I had a target on my fucking back whatsoever. Never in my life have I ever felt like I had a target on my back. And I'm black. I am a black man, as you can see. I'm not running around here playing victim. I'm not running around here talking about fuck the police. I'm not walking around here doing dumb shit. I'm not doing any of that. I am a law-abiding fucking citizen. I live in a great fucking neighborhood. I have a great fucking job. I make good fucking money. I have a lovely fucking family. I have a 2-parent household. I got people that love and care for me at the end of the fucking day. Listen, I don't walk around like that. I go outside my neighborhood. I can sit out that bitch. I can walk around my neighborhood and not worried about nobody calling the fucking police on me. And that's real fucking talk. I have yet to go anywhere, any place, anywhere. I have yet to go anywhere and I've experienced anything like that or felt as if somebody was watching me or I had a target on my back of some sort. I have never. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen out here, nor am I disregarding it. But what I'm saying, it has never happened to me. And so therefore, if a lot more people stop running in the victim Olympics and stop thinking that everything is racial and stop thinking that everybody is fucking against them and actually start building and start trying to grow and start trying to be better versions of them fucking selves and put their head down and actually start working and start doing better, start getting better jobs, start improving your skills, and stop being fucking lazy out here and stop trying to blame everybody and learn to start listening to what people are telling you when they're telling you that you're fucking up and that you're doing certain things wrong. And you start fucking listening and paying attention instead of playing defensive and, oh, but what about this? No. I'm talking about you, motherfucker. You're the one that's fucking up out here. You're the reason why you ain't in the position that you want to be because you keep fucking up. You keep doing dumb shit. So At what point are black people gonna start waking up? We ain't talking fuck who's in the office, fuck who's president, vice president, fuck all of that. What are you doing? What are you doing? What actions are you taking out here? How are you improving yourself each and every day? What are you doing? Are you out here just complaining? Talking about what's going on in the world, talking about who is against you or what person did this, gossiping and talking all this other shit, talking about other people, pointing the finger at the white man, pointing the finger at him, pointing the finger at her. How shit ain't going right in your life. But what the fuck are you doing to improve it? When you gonna start taking accountability for your own shit? Nobody said you had to be perfect, but you still gotta work. You still gotta put forth the fucking effort to be better, dog. You can't just sit up here, oh, well, where my reparations at? Nah, ain't no reparations. Go out there and fucking get it. Go and get your bread. Go and get your money, dog. There's many opportunities out here. You ain't taking advantage. You too busy soaking. You too busy worrying about what the white man gonna do. What the fuck they gonna do for you? Nothing. They ain't even the richest motherfuckers in the country. So why you looking up to them? Why you worry about what the fuck they got going on? They in the same fucking boat. They fucked up too. So what are we talking about? Real talk. What are we talking about? This shit's wild, man.
and so we can avoid these bad experiences with one another. Because regardless of the experience that were not so good in my life with men, I would never generalize black men like that. I think y'all are great. No
but
black
Jazz,
man.
you're taking it personal, but we can't say that women don't generalize. How many times you say black men ain't shit?
Black men
But
do
also,
it. Black
Jazz, you
women
just
do it.
generalized
You
though.
shouldn't do it at all.
Jazz, you just
It's
generalized
not
us.
cool.
You just said black men are great. I know me personally, I don't like participation trophies, right? Everything that I do, if somebody say black men are beautiful, right? That don't do nothing for me. That don't do nothing for me. Because they say black men are
no, not all black men are beautiful. Not all black women are beautiful. Not in any race. Not all y'all are fucking beautiful. I'm sorry. Yeah, you may be talking about just as a human being. Even then, a lot of y'all ain't beautiful. A lot of y'all fucked up. That's real shit. That's real shit. Now, if you say, yeah, there are some beautiful black women, there's some beautiful black men, there's some beautiful white women, there's some beautiful white men, there's some beautiful Hispanics, there's some beautiful Hispanic men and women. If you go, yeah, if you say that, cool. But if you just say that black men in general, hey nigga, like, no, they're not. But we know this though. But we understand this. And so again, if it don't apply, let it fly.
trash. That don't do nothing for me either, because that's not me.
And him saying what he said about black women that act like that ain't doing nothing for them either. So me saying I love black men and they're
that's a
great
generalization. You said black men are great.
that it has to do anything for you. It's just a positive reinforcement. If you feel like that don't do nothing for me, well, I don't know what you need done to. It's a compliment. I'm saying that I uplift you. I respect
it's
you.
a generalization.
I want to honor you.
Why do we get mad when people generalize?
Because have we not seen what generalizing black people in this country has done?
Like,
here she go.
You know what? I'll pause because black people have always been treated fairly in this country, right?
No,
Here she go. She going to the race. She going to the race thing. Black people have always been treated fairly in this, man, dog.
Well, I think generalizing is a bit different from stereotyping. I don't.
No, it's stereotypes that is very much so synonymous with the generalization. That's why there's always an assumption of how we act and behave towards certain people. So you can't say that. We've always been generalizing.
I can agree that generalizing can lead to stereotyping, but generalizing something kind of leads to averages or implies average. What is the average behavior of a group of people? But that doesn't necessarily lead to stereotypes. It can if in the overuse.
Listen, I'm sorry, bro. Like you just want to be right. You just want to argue. You're toxic, bro. You're real deal toxic. There are stereotypes come from somewhere, dog. People don't just make this shit up out of nowhere. It comes from somewhere. That's just like when you say, hey, black people love fucking fried chicken. On law of averages, most black people love fucking fried chicken. Whether you think it's bad or good, that's a fact. That's a fact. You can walk past 100 motherfucking black people and say, hey, do you love fried chicken? They gonna say the overwhelming majority will say, hell yeah, I love fried chicken. What you talking about? That doesn't mean it's bad or good. It's a generalization. Generally speaking, most black people like fried chicken. It is what it is. And so there's a stereotype there. Hey, bro, them black people love that fried chicken, bro. What are we talking about right now? Why you gotta be so offended about everything, Jazz? I mean, come on, man. Grow up, man.
But generalization by itself is not necessarily indicative of negative stereotypes.
They generalized us and said that we were less than human and couldn't experience pain. What do we do to earn that?
Stereotypes aren't bad inherently.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, give me a second.
I'm just saying.
Just give me a second.
Wait, Jazz.
Hold on.
I also wanted to say that Jazz.
Hold on, Sue. Where did you get all of this fucking trauma from?
Why is
You have never hold on. You have never personally
extra.
experienced any of this shit before.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't what do you matter. Mean
Y'all have to stop being so dense.
And the reason why it matters, is because you can't talk about something that you ain't never experienced. So somebody had to put this in you.
Look at her, bro. She can't shut up. She can't shut up for 2 seconds. She just gotta respond. She gotta respond. She gotta react quick. She act like a fucking kid, bro. Sit the fuck down. Listen. Pay attention to what people are trying to tell you. You might learn something instead of you're so dense. What? What? Shut up. Fuck, man.
Somebody had to teach it to you. Somebody had to press it down into you. Somebody had to really do a head job on you.
Why do I do this to myself?
For you, for every single subject to come back to less than. Oh, we've been and we.
I know you don't.
You have never experienced this shit, so somebody had to train. Somebody fucked your head up. And somebody really did do a job on you.
Look, she can't shut up, bro. Shut up. Oh my fucking God.
Did a number
put this level of hate in you. Listen. This is what you really need to do. Honestly, you can't just over talk it when you don't like what somebody is saying.
You over talk people all the time when you don't like.
Jazz, you have more talk time tonight than anybody.
Why is that?
You got it.
Combined.
Why is that? Y'all ain't talking. Talk. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Talk.
Let's make sure I'm not tripping. I'm rewinding that back for a second, because if I heard what I think I heard, that just let me know she just be talking. She don't even know what the fuck she be saying. Watch this. Let's take it back a second. Watch this.
You don't like
Jazz. You have more talk time to
know what I've been.
Somebody fucked your head up. And somebody really did do a job on you.
Somebody did a number on
put this level of hate in you. Listen. This is what you really need to do. Honestly, you can't just over talk it when you don't like what somebody is saying.
You over talk people all the time when you don't like.
Jazz, you have more talk time tonight than anybody.
Why is that?
You got it.
Combined.
Why is that? Y'all ain't talking. Talk. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
I've been talking because ain't nobody else talking. I'm gonna be quiet, so talk, and yet continue to talk. She just talks just to talk. She don't understand what the fuck she be saying. She just be saying shit. And this right here, ladies in general, this right here, this type of behavior right here, this individual right here, follow my mouse, this individual right here, this joker right here, this melanated woman right here is the one that a lot of men talk about. She is what men talk about. She is the type of woman that men talk about. A quarrelsome woman. Don't listen. Thinks she know it all. Thinks she has all the fucking answers. Masculine energy. She's the one that'll come off as if she's feminine, but as soon as she gets triggered, that masculine energy come the fuck out. This isn't this passionate mindset. This isn't I'm defending myself. You won't even give a person time to say what they got to say for you to even say I'm being defensive. You won't even take the time to fucking listen. You hear one word, you get triggered, then you want to say something. Then the nigga call you out again and say, look, you've had the most talking time tonight. You've been talking. Everybody has shut up. You've been talking. But the moment somebody says some shit that you don't like, all of a sudden you want to start saying some shit. Then you want to rebuttal with, well, nobody's talking. So that's the reason I've been talking, because ain't nobody else talking. Well, bitch, you just proved the point. you're always talking. You're not giving everybody else an opportunity to fucking talk, because as soon as they say some shit that you don't like, you want to start talking again. Shut up.
No.
Honest to God, like, I don't know who did this, who taught you all of this shit, and
Take
who
me out of it.
Look, bro.
You just say
somebody. She won't shut up, dog. She will not shut up, bro. Nah, dog. Nah. She got to be in room 9. Nah, she had to be in room 9, fam. Nope, she had to be in room 9. She had to be. She had to be. She had to be on the short bus. She had to be. This is crazy. This is crazy.
You weren't talking no more.
What you mean? Who taught me this? Is that why you don't want to learn anything, because it makes you uncomfortable? It makes the truth makes you really uncomfortable about why we are where we are. It's the truth, Anton. Nobody is sitting here lying. It ain't about trauma. It's called passion. But I understand you're a little dense when it comes to these conversations because you've assimilated to the white lie. We get it. We know it. Okay?
You went to a predominantly white school.
Baby, you don't know where I went. Who the fuck?
That's what you said. I'm just saying, though.
Don't say nothing that you don't know.
I went to a school with one white person, and I do not feel like a victim.
Don't talk
You
to
were
me.
in a privileged neighborhood.
You don't know that?
At a privileged white school, and you hate white people. It's so weird. The experience that you talk about is how I should be talking.
Girl, you don't know my life.
I'm just saying, but can we bring it back to the topic? We know you're racist, Jazz. We know, girl.
Fact.
We know. And if anybody is not,
no, real talk, I think she is, bro. I think she is, because everything has to revert back to the white man and being oppressed and black people going through situations. Listen, man. Again, most of y'all niggas who talk about that shit ain't even experienced it. Real talk. So why are you talking about it? Not to say that it don't happen out here, but you talking as if we are in those times right now. You're talking about it as if motherfuckers is out here with hoes and spraying you down right now. You ain't experiencing none of that shit that happened back then, bro. So why you still talking about it? Why you still well, they did this to our people 400 years ago. Well, 400 years ago, they dead and gone. Them people dead and gone, bro. We're in a whole new world now. This shit crazy.
Racist like you,
right?
They're on the wrong side of the fence.
You're just as real, and you're just
we
as real.
Know. Can we bring it back to the topic?
Yeah, you're so real. Just like
because it's almost 3 hours in.
Girl, I don't care. I don't
and
know
we've been talking about your feelings. Like I'm tired of talking about your feelings,
well,
Jazz.
That's what it comes about.
And it's always every panel the same argument.
Sorry that I'm here.
We know you're racist. White folks bad.
You can leave.
Okay, you can leave.
You can leave. You don't have to listen to me. You can go.
You hate white people, but you were around white people your entire life. Make it make sense. You had the same opportunities as the people that you hate so bad.
Stop it.
When some of us had to get it from the bottom, and we know a white person wasn't the reason we was at the bottom.
Girl, listen. Having these conversations with a woman like you is just.
No, it's not with a woman like me. I'm not the only black woman
with a woman like
that thinks like this.
You don't even like being black, girl.
I think your problem is you had a crush on a white boy that didn't like you back, and now you just hate white folks.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Like, let's keep it a buck.
I had a crush on a white boy, and he broke my heart.
You went to all white school predominantly.
It's not the systemic oppression though. It's not the things that are still.
What systemic oppression does?
This bitch says systemic oppression. There go that victim. There go that victim, bro.
A black person from a middle class, upper middle class, and a predominantly white school face. You were privileged.
Girl, you don't know me like that. You don't know what school I went to.
This is what you said, Jasmine.
Stay over there with that.
This is what you said. So yes, we are lost. Why are you so?
But mind you. She's supposed to be the one that advocates for black women. She's supposed to be the one that's going, black women, they take responsibility. They take accountability. She's showing exactly what men are talking about. She is that right there. That right there is what we're talking about. That is what a lot of men talk about. That shit right there. She can't shut up for 2 fucking seconds. For 2 seconds. Anytime she hears a trigger word, she got to say something back. She won't be the fuck quiet. She thinks she runs shit. She thinks she know every fucking thing. She thinks she got it all figured out. You don't know a motherfucking thing, shorty. You sound like these old school individuals who are set up in their fucking ways, and you can't tell them shit. So you just gonna spew out all this bullshit that you think you know, and you don't know shit, dog. Shut up. At some point, sit the fuck down, take a back seat, and just listen. Absorb and take in the things that people are saying, because you don't have all the answers, Sway. You don't. Trash, man. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at this shit. Look at it. Look at my man's right here. Frustrated. Frustrated. She pissed. She mad at her. Buddy just entertaining. Buddy just entertaining. She probably want to say something. She just got that ear in like, hey, what they gonna say next? She just waiting. Anton is over there just laughing. Because Molly right here is cooking Jazz ass right now.
So racist.
Piss me off.
When you are in white environments.
Let's go back to the topic.
Stop talking to me, Molly.
Let's go back to the topic.
Look at it.
I'm gonna mute both for y'all.
Look at it.
I'm mute both.
Look at it. Shut the fuck up talking to me, Molly. Shut the fuck up. See, look at her. Look at her. When you call them out, when them hit dogs start to holler, boy, they gonna holler.
Y'all be letting this little bad witch ass.
Wait. Why you wait? Why you move? Wait a minute.
Oh, she can say what she can say what she want to say because she got called out. You talking all this black power shit, and you went to a predominantly white school. You talking all this shit as if you were oppressed, talking about systematic oppression. You talking all this shit. You weren't even oppressed. You had the opportunity to go to a private institution with a predominantly white school. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You bugging.
Wait. No.
Let's go back to the topic.
Why we muting Molly? Molly is not.
Because she's
Molly is not out of pocket.
I'm an equal opportunist.
This is not. Nope, this is not fair. Because Molly didn't say she didn't call her out of her name. She did not get out of pocket. She didn't raise her voice, and she been patient. She haven't said.
What you just said? What? Nah. Hell nah. No, the fuck you didn't.
Did not get out of pocket. She didn't raise her voice, and she been patient. She had.
You said, you just said that you're upset when Anton said that Molly never called you out your name, didn't say any bad words, didn't raise her voice, and you got mad because she called you privileged. You got mad. You got triggered because she called you privileged. Can I ask y'all a question, chat? Let me ask y'all a question real quick. How many of you, by a show of hands, by a show of likes, let me know in the comments, how many of you feel as if somebody said that you were privileged, is that offensive to you? Do you feel offended when somebody says that you're privileged? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. If a person says that you are a privileged individual, are you going to be offended by that? Is that a triggering word for you? Let me know in the comments. That's crazy. That is fucking out of this world. Oh my God.
She haven't said anything all night. And I believe that Molly should be able to say what she wants to say.
This is going down the wrong hole. Let's go back to the topic. I'm a
keep my name out.
I'm gonna reel it in.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Don't think
Molly
that
didn't say anything that's out of
She's still going. Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. And then she was just over talking about why y'all always talking down on black women. Why are you talking down on black women? It ain't all black women. Look what she displaying. Look at all the shit she displaying right now. She done said a lot of words to this chick right here. And look at her. Look at the facial expressions between the two. Look at the facial expressions between the two. Just by look, if you've never seen this video before, who do you think is the triggered one? Or who do you think is the obnoxious or the one that the type of black woman that a lot of people talk about? Is it this black woman? 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 Or is it this black woman? Which one do y'all think that would somebody just look at the photo for itself, just look at this picture for itself? Which one of y'all think is a quarrelsome woman? Which one of y'all think is an argumentative individual? Just by looking at it without ever seeing this video. Who do you think it is? Look. And she's talking to Molly. Look at the difference. Which one you saying is a masculine individual? Which one you saying is the feminine one? Which one? But yet, don't talk about black women, right? That chick right there is the main one advocating. Don't be talking down about black women. She's displaying the same shit that a lot of men talk about, the way that black women be acting. She's displaying it right now.
Pocket, and she's just speaking the truth.
Like I said,
okay, so we gonna reel it.
Calling her a bitch, all of that. Calling her a bitch and all that. And Shorty never called her any name. The only thing she said that she was privileged and she was racist, and that when she called her racist because she is displaying these type of acts. She always talking about systematic oppression, always talking about you believe what the white people say. So based off of her own rhetoric, yeah, you would think like, Shorty, you kind of racist, ain't you?
Back in, okay, because I'm an equal opportunist. I'm muting both, but let's go back. But I think that
I ain't gonna lie to you. That wasn't equal opportunity shit. What you did, you muted both of them, but yet you still let Jazz go up there and say what the fuck she said. Molly was still quiet.
The actor said nothing was wrong. I think that sometimes women should stop thinking it's personal, just in general, and look and see what can be.
Nah, fam, I can't deal, bro. I can't deal. I've seen many videos of that in particular woman. I've seen many videos of her, and she can get under your skin, even if you don't want to. You could be a very stoic individual. That's the type of woman that'll get under your skin, and that's the type of woman that will stress you the fuck out because she thinks she knows it all. She don't listen. She don't take things in. She always has to listen to respond. She don't listen to understand. She never will understand because she thinks she got it all figured out. She thinks she knows every fucking thing. She thinks she just thinks she's the holier than thou type of woman. The way that she talks and operates, she feels as if she thinks that she don't do no wrong. She is a wolf in sheep's clothing. She'll come out here and have this whole mindset of, I'm just, I'm a feminine woman. I'm this, that, and the third. But next thing you know, you say one wrong thing, she gonna talk to you in a condescending tone. She gonna have this attitude. She don't never fucking listen. She want to overtalk you. And that's typically what happens when a lot of people begin to be wrong. They start to overtalk you. They start to get louder. And just because you loud don't make you right. And this is the type of woman, that is the type of woman that a lot of black men talk about. And black women, y'all think black women, y'all think men just bash you just to bash you. Men truly aren't bashing, but they're telling you how they experience you. If you just take the time to fucking listen, you can go back and just pay attention to the things that they say. Have an objective mind. Listen with the intent to get better, dog. Don't listen with the intent to try to be defensive or get offended by the shit that men say. This is the opposite side telling you how they are experiencing you, how they are seeing you, what they see, what other men are talking about. We just have the mic now. Now we're able to talk and actually express it. Don't get so upset about it. Pay attention to what the fuck they're telling you. If men are telling you, like, look, man, some men will say, hey, dog, I would date a black woman, but they just don't want, like, they doing too much, bro. They loud, they overtalk you, they don't treat you like a king. They think they want you to make millions of dollars. They want you to take them to Ruth Chris. They want you to take them to these expensive restaurants. They want you to put money into their cash apps before to even get their number and shit. They want you to do all these number of things, and then yet they expect you to treat them like queens. They expect you to go to the ends of the earth for them, but they don't even want to take the time to listen. They don't even want to be feminine. They say, I'm gonna be feminine for the right man. No, you're supposed to be feminine all the time. You're supposed to be feminine all the time. You don't want to listen, dog. And that's why a lot of you are stuck in the position that y'all are stuck in. That's why y'all can't get the men that y'all fucking want, because y'all don't fucking listen. Y'all think men are just trying to talk bad about you or talk down on you. No, they're telling you how they experience you. You take it as constructive criticism and you find a way to get better. Well, okay, I hear what you're saying. So how do we get better? How do we improve this then? Since you're experiencing this way, well, how do we get better then? How can I improve? What is it can I do to improve in this area? Instead of getting fucking defensive, like, fuck what these men talking about. I ain't paying attention to no man, but yet y'all still the same ones sitting up here hooping and hollering and crying about why y'all can't find a good man. Make that shit make sense, because I'm telling you now, you can't play the same game that men play. You won't win. You will not win. If you try to play the same game that men play, you will not win that shit at all. You can't win. You can't win. You can't beat a man at his own game. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, you may have a little fun. You may get a couple of dubs in there. You know, you may win the battle, but you ain't gonna win the war. That's a fact. That is a fact. So, ladies, pay attention to that type of woman. Pay attention to that type of woman. That is the type of woman that men talk about. If you want to get better, if you want to get into a better relationship, have a more strong relationship, more foundational relationship, do not listen to this type of woman. Do your best to not be like this woman, Jazz_Noel. Do fucking not. I'm telling you, you gonna run that man off 1000%. Hey, so look, we got a what do you call him? We got a troll in here. He said you only got one viewer. Hang this up. How about I don't hang it up? How about I don't? Why would I hang it up for? See, I want to say something about a lot of y'all hecklers, bro. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. You know what's funny about a lot of people, a lot of trollers and shit? It's funny because that means you are doing something correct. You're doing something right because somebody got to say something. They got to find a reason to downplay the shit that you're doing because they don't have the gall, the balls to go out here and do this shit themselves. So they got to jump into other people's comments and talk the shit that they talking. But they ain't got the balls to do what the fuck you're doing. They don't have the bandwidth. They don't have the tenacity. They don't have the strength. They don't have the mindset to keep fucking pushing, even when you ain't in the position of where you're going, because they don't even know where the fuck you're trying to go. They don't even know the fuck what the journey is. But they just get on here and just talk just because they think that they can. They want to be fucking trolls. And that's my point. Look at him. Gang, hang it up. Let me see what this nigga talking about. But you doing something wrong. Gang, hang it up. Who you talking to? It's only me, dude. And see, that's my point, y'all. That's my point. The niggas just be talking. They don't know what they talking about. If they shut the fuck up, if they just shut the fuck up and stop assuming shit, then they can probably get better in life. They can probably be productive in life. That's why they always say never let the left hand know what the right hand doing. Cause see, goofball over here think I'm only just going live on my fucking TikTok. See how goofy niggas are? See how real goofy niggas are? They just be talking just to be fucking talking, just because they think that they can, just because they can type shit. But I said that to say this. People gonna talk, bro. And the more successful you become, there's gonna be more hecklers. There's gonna be more people that's gonna try to prey on your downfall. Instead of saying, you know what? Hey, big dog, you may not be there yet, but you know what I'm saying? Keep driving. Or better yet, how about this? How about this? How about this, gang? Hey, fam, you know, I fucks with your content, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you do X, Y, and Z, you know, that might help you improve. Whether I take that advice or not, it's just the mental aspect of it. It's like, hey, you know what, bro? I see what you're doing. I appreciate it. I respect it. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? I just want to shoot you a little advice just coming from a consumer standpoint. So that's why you don't pay attention to a lot of people and what they say on the comments. But I just wanted to give that person their 15 seconds of fame because they think that they were doing something they really weren't doing shit. So for those of you who are out here or who are afraid to step out and do something different in your life, for those people who decide that they want to do something and become more in their life, don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Don't worry about what the fuck everybody else got going on. Just focus on you. Continue to keep getting better every fucking day because only you understand and know where the fuck you're going and how you're going to get there. Nobody else is going to be on there shooting that shot with you. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I wish I could show y'all this, chat. I really wish I could show y'all this, but I don't want to give him that much attention though. I gave him a cool 15 seconds of his face, so he can keep talking now. He can keep talking because niggas ain't doing nothing. But hey, man, this was a great show, bro. This was a dope show. I think we an hour 56 minutes. Damn, I was supposed to go for 2 hours. I was supposed to go for about an hour. So I appreciate y'all for being here with your boy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I got another one coming on Tuesday. So make sure y'all there. I think I want to do Pop the Balloon Challenge, though. I don't know. I'll let y'all know what's up. But hey, make sure y'all tap in with your boy. Stay tuned to the 0 to 500K journey as well. Make sure you lock in with that. And if you want to support the channel as well, the Cash App is right here. The QR link is right here. But hey, that is not expected. It's only appreciated. The only thing I expect y'all to do is like, comment, and subscribe. That shit is free. You feel me? So until next time, my good people, I'll see you. I'll holla.